Have you ever been so burnt out that even making toast feels overwhelming? Not because you don't know how, not because you're lazy, but because your brain and nervous system are just done. If you're autistic and you've experienced burnout, you might know exactly what I mean. The idea of planning, cooking, cleaning up, even deciding what to do can feel completely impossible. Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Bays, a researcher in nutritional psychiatry, and today I want to talk about how to eat during autistic burnout in a way that actually feels manageable. This isn't about ideal nutrition. It's not about perfectly balanced meals. It's about what I call minimum viable nutrition. Because during burnout, the goal shifts. The goal is not optimization, the goal is support. So, first, let's talk about why this happens. Because it makes sense. Autistic burnout isn't just being tired, it's a state of nervous system depletion after prolonged stress, masking overwhelm or cumulative demands. And when you're in that state, executive functioning drops, decision making becomes so much harder. Initiating tasks can sometimes feel impossible. Sensory sensitivity often increases. Interoceptive awareness, like hunger cues, can become muted or confusing. Anxiety can spike and appetite can reduce. So, if you're struggling to eat during burnout, it is not a character flaw. Burnout reduces capacity. It does not reduce worth. And when capacity is low, we need to adjust expectations. So instead of asking, what's the healthiest thing I can make right now? Instead, try asking, what is the least demanding way I can get some energy into my body right now? Minimum viable nutrition simply means some carbohydrates for energy, some protein if possible, and some hydration. Not perfect, not aesthetic, not Instagram worthy, just supportive enough. Because your brain still needs glucose. Your nervous system still needs fuel, even when you feel shut down. I find it helpful to think of energy tiers. So, red, yellow, and green days, not as moral categories, just as capacity levels. So, on red days, when you're experiencing severe burnout, the goal is incredibly simple. Eat something, anything. This is not the day for cooking. This is not the day for the dishes. This is survival mode nutrition, and that is completely valid. Examples might include yogurt pouches, toast with butter or peanut butter, crackers and cheese, a protein bar, a smoothie, pre-made meal replacement drinks, nut butter straight from the spoon, a handful of cereal. If it's edible and accessible, it counts. You do not need to earn nourishment. And eating childish or repetitive foods is not a failure, it's regulation. Now, on yellow days, so these are the low energy, but where you have some capacity days, you might have a little more energy, but not much. This is where light assembly works well. So, for example, that might be things like a wrap with hummus, pre-cut vegetables, microwave rice with canned beans or tuna, scrambled eggs on toast, pre-made soups, frozen dumplings or pre-made falafel, pasta with jarred sauce. We are aiming for minimal prep, minimal decisions, minimal cleanup. The goal is reducing friction because during burnout, friction is everything. Now, on the green days, this is where you are recovering or feel a bit more stable. These days are not about productivity pressure. They are about supporting future you. If you have capacity, this might be when you batch cook pasta or rice, prepare a tray bake, portion leftovers into containers, stock up on low effort foods, freeze simple meals. Think of it as building a burnout buffer, not because you should, but because it can make future red days gentler. One of the biggest barriers to eating during burnout isn't food itself, it's shame. Shame about, I should be eating better. I'm an adult, I shouldn't live on toast. Or this isn't healthy enough. But here's the reality. Inconsistent eating is more stressful for your body than simplified eating. Your nervous system benefits more from regular, predictable fuel, even if it's basic, than from skipping meals because the right option feels too hard. You are allowed to simplify. You are allowed to eat the same thing every day. You are allowed to prioritize ease over variety. Your body does not require aesthetic meals. It requires energy, and you deserve that energy. One strategy I often suggest is creating a burnout box or a shelf in your pantry cupboard or fridge. Fill it with shelf-stable snacks, easy protein sources, crackers, wraps, bread, long life milk or milk alternatives, and easy comfort foods. So when burnout hits, you don't have to think, just reach. Lowering the number of steps between you and food can make an enormous difference. So, if you're in burnout right now, I want you to hear this. Needing easy food does not mean you've failed. Struggling to cook does not mean you're incapable. And eating simply is still eating. Your nervous system is asking for rest, but your brain still needs fuel. And you are allowed to meet yourself exactly where you are. If this video resonated, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you're interested in evidence-based, neurodivergent, affirming approaches to nutrition and mental well-being, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.